Today's the day, y'all. Today is the day that I'm going to be doing a Q&A of the questions that I got from my Instagram when I asked if anybody had any questions. So I've got my iPad and I've got a number of questions, which I think suffice for a video. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I'm going to do this by chronological order, and I'm going to be putting the real questions just on the side here so that you guys don't think I made my own questions, because at some point I wanted to. Nobody was asking me questions. I had to ask again and again, guys, ask me questions. I've got my little red here just to give me a little bit of a boost. I do not have wine glasses. I'm not a wine girly, so... but I had wine, so why not? Anywho, the first question is, how do you deal with the cultural differences with your hubby? Okay, so how do I deal with cultural differences with my husband? You'd find that because we are Africans, we do not actually have too many cultural differences. Most of our cultures are the same, the norms, the beliefs are the same. They just have a little tweak. Like, for example, like our major snag was when we were going to get married. So in my culture, you have to do the rora, the lobola, where you go and give some monetary sum to show respect to the girl's parents. And my husband was like, they don't have that, blah, blah, blah. But upon further research, like with his elders, he realized that actually they do that. And instead of cows, they actually give gold. So I could have gotten gold, and the gold is actually given to the girl. So going by the culture, he was actually supposed to give me gold. Do you think I can still get the gold? Gold and clothing, like you get new clothing, like quality. I'm talking quality clothing that the guy has to give you and all that. So the $500 that I got, pangoe kunonga, was actually less than what I could have gotten in his culture. So yeah, we ended up going the Shona way and that. But most of our cultures are the same. The same way you respect your elders in our cultures, the same way they respect their elders in their culture, the same way things go, most of them is the same. So it's all about respecting each other's cultures. Where you don't understand, you explain. One part that was actually funny, like religious wise, was I'm Catholic and Anglican, and he's Ethiopian Orthodox, both Christian. So when we were going through our wedding, when in Catholic, when you're given the cross, you bow to it. In Orthodox, when you're given the cross, you kiss it. So I did not get those details before our wedding. So on our wedding day, we did our wedding in Ethiopia, and the priest who officiated our wedding was Orthodox. So when he gave me the cross, I bowed. He attempted again, I bowed. In the end, he just walked away, and hopefully not annoyed, because I think he was like, oh my God, this guy went and got a heathen. She won't even kiss the cross. But I wasn't aware. So we laughed about it because I wasn't aware. So it's all about respect of the other person's culture, respect of the other person's religion. We go to Catholic church sometimes. He goes to... Now I'm just answering a question that was now asked. There was a person who asked this question about religion, and so I'm just going to bunch it in this as well. It's all about respect for each other. I go to Orthodox sometimes. He goes to Catholic church sometimes. Our little girl has been Christian Orthodox, but she can always go to Catholic at times. We're not really every Sunday church kind of family. We are church here and there kind of family. So it's all good. it's all good. So yeah, that is the first question that I'm going to answer. Let's go to the next question. The next question was asked by Bimbina. And let me tell y'all, Bimbina had a lot of questions. So this segment is going to be called Bimbina segment because she came through with the questions. And I love her for that because, girl, if she hadn't asked so many questions, I wouldn't have the questions to make this video with. And Bimbina is one of the friends that I met this year, and I'm so grateful to be doing life with her. She is so amazing. I love her. I love her. I love her. So she asked the second question, and most of the questions here. So let's go. Her first question was, what advice would you give to your younger self? The advice that I would give to my younger self is enjoy your youth. Literally, there is no one who ever regrets enjoyment. Your 20s are for establishing yourself career-wise, enjoying yourself, seeing what's out there in terms of travel, in terms of dating, in terms of career, what different career path you can go for. Like, just enjoy whatever you're doing. Like, in your 30s, you're thinking about big things like money, mortgages, kids, and stuff. That is if you're not child-free. But there's bigger problems to think about in your 30s. I'm not saying we're not enjoying in our 30s, but, we have obligations now. You can just up and go as much as I would want to. I know some of my peers in my 30s are up and going as much as I want. But, I can't even take a drink without thinking about the consequences that it will have on my acid reflux tomorrow. So whilst your liver is still in its youth, whilst your legs are still in their youth, whilst your body is still in its youth, enjoy yourself, baby girl or boy or baby non-binary. So yeah, that's the advice that I'll give my younger self. Next question. Oh girl, why would you ask me that? The next question is, do you see yourself having another baby? Honestly, to be honest, honestly, okay. I would want a second baby. Yes, but I also wouldn't mind if she was my only baby. If it happens, thank God. If it doesn't happen, it's all right. Having a baby takes a toll on your body. It takes a toll on your mind. It takes a toll on your well-being. And having to go through that again, will it be worth it? Yes. Am I looking forward to it? No. My offspring is giving us background music right now. Clap hands for her. But so I'm still in the middle of, I really want a second baby, and maybe I'm all right with one. My husband jokingly says that he wants 4. And with these sleepless nights, I'm always asking him, do you still want 4, sir? And it's like, yes. But nowadays it's like 2. So I think, yeah, we can meet in the middle and have 2. And yeah, babies are expensive. Speaking of which, you guys need to subscribe and watch my videos so that I can monetize them, so that I can afford to have a second baby. Hey, let's go. So Bibida also asked, who taught you all the recipes that you cook? Honestly, my cooking style is usually whatever is currently available in the fridge that is still fresh. So just take all that and mix it up and make something. I am lazy. I am not somebody who will spend hours cooking or planning. Literally, I just go and stand in front of the fridge and say, you, it's your turn today. You're going to the guillotine. I cut it up, I put it in the oven or on the stove, and that's it. I did, however, subscribe to HelloFresh. So it's a service that gives you a meal kit of ingredients. So literally, if the ingredient calls for one potato, they will send one potato. You don't have to have rotting vegetables in the fridge that you think you're going to eat but never eat. So they come with like recipes, and it has kind of taught me, it's interesting because it comes with all that, and it has taught me how to actually cook. So I've heard many complaints about them, but I think if you're just somebody who is in it for the recipe and for the precise measurements of food, people say, oh, it's very little. But I mean, I chose the Carb Smart one, so I'm all right. And HelloFresh, if you're watching, this is the time to sponsor me. All right, so the next question is, are you going to do an apartment tour? I think this question was asked like last month, and I've already done an apartment tour. Kindly check that out in the video before, like 2, 3, 4 videos before this one. And yeah, another question that she asked is, what is the best career advice you would give to someone? Okay, I have a number of advices when it comes to this one. My first one being your CV. Sorry. Let me take a drink. Not very professional, eh? Okay. Something is stuck on my throat. My first advice would be your CV. Your CV is the entry to the world. Think of it as like if you're on a dating app and you have your picture on there. So your CV is your picture. You have to treat it as that. Like, people don't know you. People don't know how professional you are. People don't know you were the first in your class in uni. Nobody knows you. But your CV, it brings all that. So first of all, the picture. I am not so pro the picture, but also some people, it works good for them. If you have a professional picture to put in front of your CV, which you think will lure in recruiters, then go for it. But as a woman, as a black woman, I'm preaching. Hey, I'm preaching, right? Yeah, so as a woman, as a black woman, I don't want that prejudice on me. So I try to remove that, because my name is can be used by both men and women. I try to use that to my advantage. We know that there is a gender gap in workforce, so sometimes recruiters do not want to be hiring women. So just to remove that ambiguity, just to put that ambiguity. Ma'am, can I speak? Okay. So anyway, I try not to show my face. I try not to let it be known that I am African, I am black, I am a woman, and all that, so that to remove, they say that, they are equal employers and all that, but trust me, the person who is shortlisting is as human can be. And if they can avoid getting a woman of childbearing age to do work, because we are considered a risk. Before you know it, when I joined my current work, I was pregnant, and before you knew it, I had to go to my maternity leave. They want to avoid that. They do not want middle-aged women. Am I middle-aged? Sip, drink. They do not want the liability, so remove that. Remove any personal information on your CV, like female, your birth ID, your what, anything that does not that is not relevant. Remove it. You might also want to remove your address. You do not know what kind of perverts are going to be looking into your CVs. You don't know how many cases of people who take information out of someone's CV only to call them and start, proposing other things. You don't want that. So you might want to remove that. Keep your CV short, 2 pages, 3 pages maximum. When you talk about your current and past positions, talk about your competencies. Don't just go and copy the description of whatever you're supposed to do. Okay, let's say you're into finance. You were managing books. You were closing whatever you guys close. Like you are balancing sheets. That is expected of all accountants. But if you go there and just write one summary, I call them the summary of the job, just one paragraph. 3 sentences that say what is the summary of the job. Then write your achievements in the job. Like, I increased the company's growth by 50%. Put your figures in there. Put your figures in there. Like, I increased growth by blah, 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 blah. I did what by this. I increased the projects by what. I got new funding by this. I helped roll out a new application like this. Sell yourself, baby boo. Sell yourself in your CV, right? Another thing is, don't put your references in there. Unless the advert says that it requires references, you can get away with not putting your references, because it's not everybody that's going to see your CV that is going to shortlist it or longlist it. You don't want people's information on there. Like, no, upon request, if you've reached that stage, you can provide the references. If you don't reach that stage, then there's no need for you to be airing people's information out just for vibes. So, and then LinkedIn is your friend. Use LinkedIn to network with all the people who are in the field that you want to be. I won't say that this will, though you can get jobs from LinkedIn, you can get headhunted in LinkedIn. I find LinkedIn to be very important when networking, because you can know what people who are in your field are doing. So somebody will post that they've completed this course, what that has enhanced them. And since you're in the same career, you can see if that thing would help you as well. Network, and some people also post positions that are internal, positions that they are leaving, which is not otherwise posted in official job boards. So you might want to do that. And also another thing is turning on your location so that recruiters know where you are. And that is what I can give in terms of career advice. Let's move on. What is your favorite perfume? Right now, my favorite perfume, I cannot pronounce it, and this is actually on my birthday wish list. So if anybody's listening, I really want it. I'm gonna put it like the name just here, because I really cannot pronounce. It's called Francis Kujuguru Barakoko. But I want it. So if anybody is feeling, generous, I would really want that for my birthday or my Christmas wish list. What is your life's biggest regret? Literally 0. I have no regrets. I have lived, I have loved, and here I am. I have 0 regrets. Chile. Another question from B. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Let's see. I will be a homeowner. I maybe have another baby. My career is thriving. I have a business. I'm well traveled. I'm happy. I am healthy. And I am fine. Right. I think those are the questions from B. If we have more questions from B, let's just address them now before we move on to other people. What is your most prized possession? Currently, it's my baby. That girl is expensive. Formula is $70. I'm kidding, but yeah, she is. She's so precious. I got her through sweat and blood, literally. So, yeah, she's my most prized possession. Yes. So now we go to Holly. Holly asked, how do you navigate marriage to a man from another country, culture, background? Kind of already addressed that, but just to say, it's all about understanding each other, because at the end of the day, our backgrounds were just lines that white people came and divided in our continent. We're one big happy family before, and yeah. How I try to navigate that is I don't know, man. I just do the best I can. Hey, mama, you okay? Guys, I'm using my nipple cream to oil my lips because it really does oil lips. I'm not about to buy another lip oiler when this nipple cream does the if it can soften nipples, think about what it can do for the lips. I'm all about multitasking. Anywho, let's go to what Harley said. Ow. What's going on with my boobies? What's going on with my boobies? Okay. Are we okay? Okay. Let's go on. Okay. So the question that Holly asked is, how do I navigate marriage with a man from a different culture, a different country, and all that? And yeah, it's all about, being willing to understand where the other person comes from. We all are different in a way, like as human beings. Even people who come from the same womb have differences. Me, my sister, totally different ends of the spectrum. So you cannot expect, of course, for you to be the same with the next person. I understand that my husband has been brought up in a different environment, and I've been brought up in a different environment. But it's all about having aligned goals. Our goals are aligned. We talk through things when there's a misunderstanding, and we just try to live our life and choose each other daily as we go forward. So this is how we try to do it. It's been working for us so far, and I hope it continues to work. The second question that you asked was, how did we deciding where to settle? So we met in South Sudan, where I was working and he was working too. Shout out to South Sudan. If anyone is from my South Sudan clique who is watching, I miss you guys. I miss South Sudan. That place was beautiful. It was a beautiful place. I'm gonna do a video just about South Sudan and how it served me and it grew me and it groomed me. Amazing place. Anyway, so when we were leaving South Sudan, we had the option of going to Zimbabwe or going to Ethiopia. I was not interested in going back to Zimbabwe at all. My husband was not interested in going back to Ethiopia at all. Something about, the place that you're used to, you really take it for granted and stuff, or you don't like it that much. I am actually done with Zim, guys. I am all zimmed up for my life. I don't want to go there. Excuse me. My husband is also all Ethiopian out. He didn't want to go back. So we just then decided to think like, well, actually, Neria had a vote when we were going back. When those were our two options, she had a vote to be like, since she was in the stomach and I was carrying her, her vote counted through me. And also I said, if we take her and her pregnancy to Zimbabwe, she is going to be Zimbabwean. And if you're okay with that, then okay. But men always want their kids to be their own identity. So I ended up winning the argument because she became Ethiopian. She could have been a Canadian actually, because when you give birth to kids here, they become Canadian by default. However, she decided to come early before we could travel. So sis was like, I'm an Ethiopian. So, and then when deciding, I was already in the process of doing this Canadian thing, and then my husband was down with it, so we moved. I sometimes had my own doubts, like, oh my God, why are we going to that cold country? I do not like the cold. And he'll be like, we're doing this for our kids, for our future. So having those kind of discussions where you can say, okay, this is working, this might work for us, why are we moving here, and what goals do we have for the future, it was never like a thing. We just discuss it as we go. Right, now we are going to answer what Rumbi said. How have you adjusted to being a new mom far from your support system? It's hard. It's difficult. I'm not gonna lie. It's difficult. Some days I have it and I'm doing all right. I'm doing well. And some days I'm just like, oh my gosh. Like right now, baby girl is rolling over all over the place, and she's not the same baby where I would put her here and know that I'll find her here. She's growing up. She needs more space, more territory. She's awake most of the day, so I can just lay her down there and continue my work. She is demanding time, and it's difficult. My husband works during the day, and it's difficult. It's really difficult, but I tell myself it's not going to be the same. Like in a few months she'll start going to daycare. In a few months I will have my afternoons back. In a few months she won't be like my whole focus. So I'm not gonna lie and put like a positive like spin and say, oh, I've got this. I don't got this. It's taking it at a day by day basis kind of thing, right, mama? Right. Please get out of my kitchen. All right, next question from Nyarazo. How is Canada? So with Canada, I started my application. I know that's not what you asked, but it will make sense, I promise. I started my application in 2020 and I moved in 2023. It was a long journey. I had expectations, and then finally, I think I'm one of those people who like I am more focused in the process than when it arrived, because when it finally happened I was just like, oh, okay, so this is Canada. I don't know. So Canada, okay, expensive. I'm still trying to understand the systems. I am trying to understand how life works here. I'm trying to get into the rhythm of things. I'm trying to understand that you just don't show up at like places like, let's say for example, you have to take your lab tests you have to book things online. I'm starting to understand that, you actually have to study things. I recently was like, if you follow me on Twitter, you know that I've been trying to get my driver's license, and it's been a trip. So it's the systems are different from what I'm used to. I really thought that, things won't be that different, but the systems are different. You even have to do like a Canadian CV, speaking of which I've not even started applying for jobs and stuff, but it's a bit different. I'm still getting into the groove of things. So bless you, mama. So for now, I'm going to say Canada is okay. Cool. So the next question is from the feminist creative. Shout out to Tina. She's one of the people who are doing amazing work in the gender and LGBTQAAA plus spectrum field in Zim. She does amazing work. She's one of the people to look out for, and if you don't know her and you're from Zim, shame on you. You should go and show her some love, like right now. Anywho, her question was, tell us about the cultural differences in your relationship and how you navigate them. So this is a popular question. I think I've answered this one, but not to say that we don't have cultural differences, guys. What am I even trying to say at this point? Woo, child. Tell us about the cultural differences. Yeah, this is a different question. Because she's not asking how we handle the cultural differences. She's asking, but she's asked. Woo! Okay, let me take a drink. Let me think about our cultural differences. I just thought of one. So in Ethiopian culture, when you give birth to a boy, you have to stay in the house for 40 days. No leaving the house, no doing nothing for 40 days. And if you have a girl, you have to stay in the house for 80 days. Now, I was supposed to do that, but it did not bear well with me and my soul, because I would go crazy in the house. So I was like, no, man, this will not work for me. In the first days, of course, I tried because I couldn't. I was in pain. But after a while, my pain stopped being physical. It started being emotional. So I needed to get out of the house fast. And I just couldn't stay cooped up in the house. And during that time, I was like, this is what's going on. I know what the culture says. But however, these are my current needs. And he understood that, and he took me out. I remember that time we went out to a grill place with me, my mom, him, and our baby, and we had such a good time. And of course, we said we wouldn't tell anyone. We wouldn't tell my mother-in-law, because then it would be like we have broken the cultural aspect. But I did tell my sister-in-law when I was struggling with this, and she was like, girl, I know what our culture says, but you need to get out of the house before you fall into a major depression. She told me even when she had her own babies, she broke that because it wasn't practical for her to be in the house that long. And so she assured me that though this is the culture, though this is what's expected, go on out. And so, yeah, that is one of them that we navigated on. But in terms of, because I was there during my pregnancy, so my cultural differences or cultural norms that I've seen are going to be more like through my pregnancy. I see that they do take care of their pregnant women. Like, of course, the not getting out of the house part is for you to rest, recuperate, and people come and visit you. When they come and visit you, they'll bring food, they'll do chores in your house. They literally take care of their women. It's not like back to the hustle, back to the grind. So I'm so happy that I gave birth in that kind of environment. So yeah, it did take a little bit of navigation to understand that, you know, some of these things are for my own good, and also find I set my own values and my own voice to say, you know, I'm not up for this. I'm not going to be able to do this. And having the space to say that and be respected was great. Oh, I think I should talk about the giveaway. You already know the giveaway that I have. If you don't know, I'm doing a $100 giveaway. I'm gonna here's
Giveaway time. So because it's November and my birth month and almost year end, I'm in the spirit of giving. I should be receiving, but I'm in the spirit of giving. And I would like to do a giveaway of $100 just to give back to my YouTube community. So to enter this giveaway, you need to have subscribed to my channel on YouTube, Tata Living. And I'm going to post 3 videos this November. And you need to listen in on those 3 videos because I'm going to leave secret words in each and every one of them. So we'll have 3 secret words. So after I post the 3rd video, you will have the 3 secret words. That means that you can comment in that 3rd video with what the 3 secret words are. And then we will do like a live giveaway to whoever wins. Good luck, guys.
So the word of this video is culture, I think, because it's been featuring a lot. So let's just go with culture. Culture is the next word. So now we're remaining with one more word, and then you stand a chance to win your $100. I know some people had questions like, what if somebody just waits for somebody else to comment and then they will copy paste without watching? Don't worry, all the comments of that video are going to be held for reviews, so they will not be published until the competition ends. Once you comment, it's going to be under review. It's not going to be a public comment, and then after that we'll just then do random selection of whoever won through like a comment picker or something. I hope that answers your question. So moving forward with the questions, I am Nyari asked me ways to enjoy being single in a foreign country. Oh yeah, okay, this one is fun. Going out on events, like if you're that type of person who enjoys seeing different places and stuff, you might get a friend or so. I was lucky when I went to South Sudan. I got a couple friends, but I got you can have people you hang out with. Like getting a friend in a foreign country is not something that happens easily. But I got a friend who became my girlie for life. So that involved us just finding a spot that we like for food, going to different events, enjoying our time. So I would say, put yourself out there in terms of having fun. I had phases where I just wanted to be in the house, drink wine, watch TV. That's also okay if you're having that kind of phase. But if you're someone who's getting human interaction, go out to events when you can, find your tribe. Yeah, I'd say that's a way to do that. Next question. Kimmy, shout out to Kimmy. She asked how has it been settling in a new country? It's been interesting, just starting. It's like starting over. This one is starting over. The first time I left Zim, I went to India for school, And of course, when you're a student, you're just going through things, you're just going through lives. And like, we bought a mattress, we're sharing the first apartment, we're sharing the 5 of us in the same apartment, and you're just going through life. Like, it's nothing serious, right? And then when I moved to South Sudan, I moved for work, and they had guest houses ready there. I didn't have to buy any furnitures and all that. When we moved to Addis Ababa, we had an apartment. We got an Airbnb, and then we managed to convince the Airbnb host to give us a long-term deal, so we didn't have to do anything major. So now moving here, we have to do like serious finishing of the house, like from scratch, setting up things. I think I'm gonna do a setting up furniture video, because we had to do it from scratch. Like, furniture here comes in, like, it's very interesting. And just, starting, I feel like a grown-up like, I have a baby in the background, and settling in has been so different from the other places that I've been. It's been like for real, because I think this is gonna be our home. Baby girl, do you want to join us? Is that a yes? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Have kids, you guys. It's fun. Next question. Oh, okay. This is a cute one. 3 things you enjoy about your relationship with your husband. The first thing I enjoy about my relationship with my husband is that our goals are aligned. We don't have major differences in terms of our goals, in terms of what we envision for our future. They're aligned. The second one is that we both enjoy traveling. So we are always thinking about where our next trip is going to be. And I love that for us. The third thing is we have supportive family. Our families, our extended families, our parents, our brothers and sisters, they support us so much that we feel like we're anchored, and we have like we love that. And having like that sort of strong support system has been very amazing as we go through changes in our life. So those are the 3 things that I really, really enjoy in our relationship. Okay, so this one is from my bestie. Hi, Noctula. So her question is, did you experience culture shock when it comes to my in-laws? Immediately, no. My in-laws are the sweetest people ever. I remember the first time that I had to go meet my mother-in-law, I was so scared, because you always have this like idea that you get told that mothers-in-laws are scary, you have to please them and whatever. The first thing, like when I arrived there, my mother-in-law told me, call me Sarah, which I can't, because I'm used to calling grown-ups mama or ma. And she was so free. She's my girl for life. And there's literally never been like a culture shock when it comes to navigating things with them. She always understands me, always makes me feel supported, always makes me feel like my choices matter, my decisions matter. So no. How's baby boy? The next question is from Tasha. Shout out to Tasha. How do you manage to still be you post having your family and moving to? Having a supportive husband, guys. My man. having a supportive partner who understands that, some things, there's some men who just believe that some things are just meant for women to do. And having somebody who supports me in whatever I do, having somebody who works hand in hand with me in life, in the household decisions and household chores, in us taking care of our baby, it does put, it does help. So yeah, I'm not gonna say that this is all me. I fell into a really deep depression and anxiety post having a baby, but just knowing that there's somebody out there rooting for me and doing things when I can't, and taking over for me when I really can't. There's really nothing that I can do that my man can't do. When it comes to us running our households and dealing with the baby. So it gives me a chance to still be me. And moving here, it has helped me, going out for self-care has also helped me keep me anchored and stuff. So yeah, having a support system, and also not just my man, having friends who understand where I'm at, having people who I can talk to when this is going fuzzy, has helped me. And also this YouTube channel, by the way, has helped me, because sometimes I think I'm the only one who going through the things, and then I post them on my YouTube and people comment and say, oh yeah, this is something that we're also going through, or on social media. So yeah, having a support system has really helped. And I would like to thank you guys, because you guys have been my support system. And thank you for watching and stuff. Another question that I got is, do you ever feel like you want to take a break from motherhood? Politically correct, no. I don't want to take a break from motherhood. I love being a mom. It's just that sometimes some parts of it are so heavy, and it's difficult, to be honest. I don't want to lie. You have all this constant worrying, all this constant self-doubt, and it's never going to be the same in your life. But yeah, it's a break. Wouldn't that be nice? I got a question from Wayne, which I unfortunately saw late, which was asking, it's been 40 days since I submitted my passport for PR visa. I haven't gotten back my passport. What do I do? I spoke to him and he got his passport back. So welcome to Canada, Wayne. And then I got a silly question from Muz. Guys, if you catch Muz, beat her for me. She asked, "Ko soup?" She thinks I've been eating dry food in this Canada. Guys, if you catch her, deal with her. And then my last question was from Tari. Shout out to Tari. Tari is the person who made me move to Canada. She's the person who broke it down for me in detail. So her question is, what is your occupation? So my occupation is, currently I'm an ethics and compliance investigator. I investigate allegations of violations of our policies. And moving forward, I really love what I do. I love investigating. I'm a mixed bag in terms of my qualifications, but I found this one to be the place where I really fit the most. I love investigation. I'm even thinking about getting my provincial private investigator license. Maybe it's something that I want to do in the future. Continue doing that. In terms of in Canada, I haven't really figured out what I want to do next, if I want to continue this path and all that. So let's see, maybe next year I will have like a proper path that I know that I'm heavily leaning towards that. Yeah. So thank you so much for the questions, guys. I enjoyed doing this. Maybe I'll do another one at the end of the year. So if you have more questions, kindly comment them in the box. And if you have watched until this point and you have not subscribed, get real. Get real. You don't want to be a monitoring spirit, you. Just subscribe, like, share, and comment any questions you had or anything that you think you enjoyed in this video. So from me and Aria in the background, ta-ta.